hope you can hear us now. Yes, it seems that there is sound. There was a rocket attack. Yes, don't worry. I just asked if you can hear, and while I was asking if you can get a signal, there was a rocket attack here nearby. So I didn't manage to communicate. We had to go into the security room. So this was the cause for this not hearing. I hope now you can hear. Good morning, Rodrigo, Felipe, Gil, Yanis. Very happy to see you here. How do you do? How was your week? Or how is your week? Yes, Jill, yes. I just ask if you can hear the signal of the broadcast, because sometimes there's an issue. I did not check the OBS before. So I asked if you can. While I was asking, there was like attack. Yeah, everything now is fine. For the moment, we have to listen if there will be maybe more, because usually this is what they do. And today I thought to start with a verse from Malachi, the prophet Malachi, Malachi 3:6. This is non-duality. This is the verse of the, really, it's very clear when he says, I am being, not changed, because I am, usually it is translate, the tetragrammaton is translated to Lord, yes, in English usually, but this is being, yes, I am being, did not change. We're well, thank you, Abigail, we're well. Yeah, we're drinking water at the moment. Thank you, good afternoon. So again, sometimes people have questions regarding they never think or they never perceive the Bible as non-duality text. But this is what there is. The being is not changed. Shaniti is from Shinui. Shinui is a change. Also from Shnaim. Shnaim is two. So I am being, I'm not two. This is what Malachi says, Malachi. And you are the children of Jacob, sons of Jacob, are not exterminated. This is it's like an equation, yes? Like mathematic equation. I am being, I'm not two. And you, the children of Jacob, are not exterminated, yes? It is interesting because usually when the name Jacob is mentioned, there's speaking about, in a way, time, because we have sometimes the name Jacob, sometimes Israel. Israel is the name of the nomenon, and Jacob the manifested. But the inner of Jacob is being, 7 times being, as we have share this with you mathematically. So you are the children of Jacob, meaning you're not exterminated because you're not finite. Like as being is not change, is not two, and not finite, also you. This is the mathematical equation here in this verse. So to those who are asking themselves if the Bible is, yes it is. Yes, it's a non-dualism. Questions so far? If you have something to share, you can unmute and speak. We shall be delighted to hear your voices here. Rodrigo, would you like to say something? Felipe, Abigail, Jill, Yanis, feel free to unmute and speak. Yes, Felipe. Yes. Hello? Can you hear?
Hello, Eti.
Hello, good morning. How do you do today?
Oh, I'm fine, Eti. I'm very happy to be here. Very happy to hear you, to see all of you. And it's interesting you say you want to hear voices, Eti, because this is. I was just sorry for going kind of out of the topic, but I was just thinking of this immense flow of life that we are in constant contact.
Mm.
Contact. I mean, we are immersed in life, and we cannot register everything. We cannot register even 0.0000.
Felipe, we cannot hear you, Felipe. Hello, can you hear us? Felipe, we could not hear Felipe, but do you get a signal from here? Can you hear now? Can you hear now? Yes. So Felipe was speaking about the connection. I'm not sure that maybe he cannot see the text. Yes. Yes. I see. Maybe Felipe will write to us later his words. Yes, Rodrigo, there was a question. I cannot relate to what I cannot hear from Felipe. But I can relate to the question. Rodrigo is asking, Malachi, the name of the prophet, could be translated as my angel. Yes, my angel. Yes, Malachi is my angel. Yes, Malachi is my angel. Malach, 91 plus 10. Yes, this is 101. This is my angel. Malachi meaning my angel, my messenger. Yes, this is the meaning of the name Malachi. Any other questions? Yanis, did you ask something that I missed here? Or not yet? I think that Ellen is writing. Yes, Ellen is writing. Yes. Let's see what is happening on YouTube if there's like listeners. Yes. Yes. I think that Felipe is on the cell phone and maybe it is not enough. I mean, connection. Yes, the verse 10. Yes, yes, everything. Yes. Because we always, I mean, the tendency is to judge according to what the eyes are giving us, this information, the linear information that the eyes are sending. And the prophets usually speak about around reality. Round meaning complete. Yes, round, complete, 360, not linear. This is the information that the eyes are giving us. So the prophets are always like, in a way, proceeding with completeness. I'm trying to see what here Abigail is writing. I don't have the whole chapter here. 1 second. I'll try to open it. Yes. Don't have it at the moment. I don't have it, Abigail. Any other questions? Yes,
Hello,
Felipe. We are very happy to hear you, Felipe.
Eti. I don't know if you could hear me before.
There was a disconnection for a while. For a while. Yes, so we could not hear
Okay.
you.
No, no, that's fine. I was just expressing my gratitude for hearing your voices. And the main, I guess the main, what I was saying is, it's to be present, to hear voices. It helps us to feel present and feel the being. So I just love to hear. Also, I'll just love to hear Yanis, Jill, Rodrigo, and Abigail. So thank you, Eti, for this. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, you're right. The voice is the presence. The voice is the presence. Yes. This is why in a way, there is a saying, Kol Yaakov. The voice of Jacob is not a voice of of a person. The voice of Jacob is the voice of presence. Because when somebody is present, he speaks, there's a sound coming from the heart. Yes? So, how this is why it is beautiful to hear the voices of the present. People who are present, they have a voice. It doesn't matter even what they say. If it is off topic or close to the topic or any kind of question, it's just a being. Like the bird, just in the morning or during the day. Yes, Felipe?
And Eti,
Yes.
Eti, this is beautiful because um, many times we feel that. Just a quick example. In table, sometimes we are in family and we are just discussing something, and suddenly our daughter Aurora wants to just participate, and she says just some words, or you know, totally another dimensional world, beautiful world, and it makes a lot of sense, and then the topic just flows to another direction. It doesn't matter, because what's going on is a being. It's not something that matters. Everything matters, and I guess these voices, they help us to connect it. That's what I feel nowadays.
That's right. That's right. The voices is like the sound of orientation, just like being, and this is from heart to heart. Yes, there is no interest in this, let's say, those meetings, so it doesn't go to become something. Usually people take courses or weekends or retreats, yes, to go for something, to become someone. and so on. So here, just being, this is the voice, like you hear again, like you hear a bird, or like you hear a child. It doesn't matter what he said. Yes, and just what there is at the moment. This is why it is round. A conversation is round because it doesn't have a, in a way, direction. Just being. It is very like music. So sometimes the music is like that, sometimes like that. Sometimes you have this instrument or that instrument in this volume, in that volume. Sometimes it's like happy, sometimes it's sad, sometimes it's like wondering about things. It has all kinds of tones, colors. So it's something, because being in a way is it's not this is like the core of life. This being the core of life. This is unconditional, it's always there. Time is not, or the law of time is, how do you say, it's not ruling there. Yes, this dimension. Yes,
And
Felipe.
it,
Yes,
another thing that I perceive is that there are some truths that we meet in our heart and conscience
yes,
that they are they need to be um, accessed in a particular moment. You cannot put it on a book or whatever media or something.
yes,
You have to be in that moment with a conversation or even with reading, hearing, listening music or whatever. But it is connected to a specific context, moment of being. You cannot put it on a box and uh, hand, for instance, for another one. There is this momentary uh, uh, being,
yes,
and this is so amazing. It's because, for instance, I was really happy to hear in a session about Lech Lecha, uh, when you brought us the concept of Kal Kal in inversed relation with Lech Lecha. This was something that struck me in that moment, and it opened many windows, and it opened like another conscience of something inside of me. But I could read it or see it in another moment, and it wouldn't uh, have the same um effect, you know, because it was alive in that moment. And I guess this is what we are slowly understanding about the being, because we, for instance, we since we met and earlier when we studied uh, Hebrew, let's say, we were in touch with this tetragrammaton, this concept of being. But it's so simple that we cannot see, it's so simple that we are unable to feel this truth inside, because it is basically the most simple being,
yes.
and we have to put so many layers of rationalisms that we cannot access the real truth, which is only being.
That's correct. That's correct. Usually people are opening TVs and multiple, let's say, radio station at the same time, each radio in a different room. They don't want to experience it. They blocked it. They block it, whether if they know it or not. They always create some kind of a sound from each room. They say great TV with immense screen in the living room to take the attention. In each room there's another device that broadcasts a different channel. And so to speak, not to feel alone or not to feel disconnected, this is the excuse, but there's like it's a jail, it's like a moment in captivity, because this is not being, because the attention always goes out to the great screen, to a channel, to a commercial, from this room, from the other room. And people sometimes they are haunted in their own homes. Yes, this is not being. The brain, the mechanical activity will always be, how do you say, intrigued or seduced, being seduced to introduce us to the next thing which is happening, that we shall not miss it. While at the moment, everything, being does not need all of this. Yes? Being does not need those channels, commercials, news feeds. Being is just being. Because being does not, in a way, and this is something that the brain can never get, that being is not distributed or divided. Being, yes, is not distributed or divided. When somebody is looking at a TV, so he is looking at the TV, subject, object, there are two. This person looks at the TV, at the screen, and there are two points, two dots, and between them there's linear, one line. And there's a distribution, subject, object, yes? But in being there is no distribution. In a mode of being, there is no separation, yes, between one and the world. One is the world. There is no separation, man and a bird, man and a tree. Being is everything. And the brain cannot catch it, because the brain in a way hears it. It says, no, it cannot be. In being there is no sea and promenade and a tree and a bee, butterfly and so. Being encapsulate everything. So those moments are very, very, those are treasured moments, because there is no separation. There is no, in a way, mother, a child, a bird, a tree. Like when we learn to speak, we create those, yes, so to speak, narratives. But in being, there isn't such a thing, because people look at the stars and they like to discover new galaxies, and they look hours, yes, at the pictures that are coming from Hubble or from those instruments in space that are giving, in a way, information about what is happening there. Yes? Even if people looking at different galaxies, again, there is a distribution. There's like the one who looks at the galaxy, there are two. And what is happening there, and he worries and he wants to know. There's a new tunnel to a new universe. And again, the brain is busy. How can I get to this tunnel to have a better life or whatever? But again, this is a distribution. In being, there is no distribution. Because what gives us the sense of distribution or limitation is the body. Because there's the brain captures itself as a body, and this is what it, in a way, how do you say, tweets to us 24/7 that we are this body, this the name, and so on, the narration of life. And in a way, this constant noise that comes from the brain tries to hide or to shut down the notion or the moment of being. In being, there is no separation. There is no bird and me, or tree and me. There is no me. There is no me, there is no mine. Yes, there isn't. And this is a great joy and peace, because there's no trouble. There's no chasing. Yes. There is no punishment. Nobody has done anything. There is no sin. There is no sinner. It does not exist in being. Because being is what? It is everything. Being this emptiness. And again, the brain will always suggest us other scenarios, other options than being. Why to run now to the supermarket under a rocket attack? Under a rocket attack. Yes, just something there. Yes. Why don't you go? Why don't you? Yes, where everybody's hanging. Yes, in this bar, something is happening there. Being does not see any distribution. There is no time and space in being. Time and space. This time and space is duality. Is already duality. In being, there is no time and space. In being, there is no aging. There isn't. There aren't any seasons. There is no birth, so to speak. Yes? There isn't. And there isn't what we speak about death. It doesn't catch there. It does not. Only when we speak about bodies, yes, the appearance of a body, yes, we are speaking. 1 second. Only, yes, when we are speaking about bodies, we're speaking about birth and death. In being, those terms are not catching. Birth and death, again, the appearance, and death, the disappearance, has nothing to do with being. Yes, being is something that is always there, was never being born and never will die. And this is, how do you say, is mutual, or this is the, how do you say, capsule of life. Yes, this is a bundle of life. Bundle of life. In Hebrew, it has a term, yechidah. Yechidah. What unites everything. Yes, it has the same value as Abel. Yes, what unites everything, the breath of life. But not the breath of life again. But not the breath of life which we experience in the body. This is very, very interesting. Very interesting. So in the mode of being, there is no threat. I don't need to do something. I don't need to run errands. Yes? Because the brain is a very good inspector. It always suggests us things that we need to do. You have to do this. You have to do this now. Otherwise, A, B, and C and D will happen. If you only do A, B, C, and D, you will not feel sad. Yes? But since the being is what proceeds everything that was created, being is an unformed matter, or not even matter, is just being, like this one chord. Like if you have heard it once, if you have this experience of hearing, yes, hearing not from outside, from the radio or from the TV or from any other device, if you have this, if you ever have experienced this, to be in silence, and then you hear this silver chord that comes from the source, this is the being. And sometimes people feel uncomfortable, yes, if they're not doing something. Yes, this is what defines us. Yes, so there's an OBS alerts. This is the sound. I don't know if you hear it. So the doer in us doesn't like or rejects the sense of being or the mode of being. He will always lure us to do something, because this is what defines, so to speak, the doer, the doing. And this is very fast. The brain likes to lure, in order to lure us into to do things and to claim that we are the doers. But the doing is a doing, it comes through us. It's not personal doership. Nobody has a personal doership. Why? Because no one causes himself or herself to breathe and to move. Yes? People always like to write copyright about A, B, C, and D, and this is quite funny. Because what is the notion, where does it come from, copyright? Yes, if we are doing anything, we are not. This is also why people like to have babies around, because before they're still, when in the cradle, they're always like moving like the little hands, and just this movement which doesn't go yet to any direction. Yes, it just is this constant lava, yes, of life, yes, that is not controlled or directed. This is the sense of life. But what comes from babies also exists in us. It's not any different. It is not any different. Of course, the brain will tell us, of course you're different from a baby, because your birth date is saying something else, yes? But it's the same source, it's the same energy. There is no difference. Really, there is no difference. And this is the only thing that can give people relief from their narration, from their thoughts, because there is no personal thought. We're incapable of having any, how do you say, personal thoughts. We are not. We are being thought. Yes, we're not actively thinking. The brain will refuse, but this is how it is. Yes, and this is the only thing, the being, that even if we experience this only several moments every day, it goes far away. people who cannot be, they develop all kind of, let's say, diseases. I don't want to go into the names of the diseases that, yes, they carry around them. And part of them are coming from inability to have relief from self-identity. It sounds funny or weird, yes, but when people do not want to let go, to relieve, to drop the sense of identity, it brings a lot of troubles, But the more we experience this moment of being, it just cracks this wall of a self-doership. Yes. The selfing or the self-doership is the greatest tyrant, the greatest tyranny. Yes, the greatest tyranny is the tyranny of the brain that defines for us who we are and so on. There is no greater tyranny than this. But the more we can experience being, slowly the tyranny in a way is being shattered. This is the only thing to shatter tyranny, just to be. This is why the name of Moses, yes, from in a different order is Hashem, which is being. This is the only being that can break the tyranny of Pharaoh. And Pharaoh is the brain inside, the sense of selfing. Only being, yes, this is the only thing. Questions or thoughts? There is I gave Ellen, but it doesn't come out. Yes, somehow it doesn't come out. Yes. Yes. Yes, Ellen. You have the ability, but somehow it doesn't come out. Rodrigo, would you like to ask something or to share something, Abigail? Yes, would you like to share something?
Hello, Eti. Good morning.
Hello, hello. How do you do?
Oh, I'm fine, Eti. Thank you very much. How are you in these days?
Well, yes, we are well, thank God, and doing well. Between rocket attack to another, we are doing well.
It's not easy. It's not easy, Eti. Yes. Sorry for all. But listen to you. I have a question, but you already answered my question, because listen to you talk with Felipe. I just remember Shakespeare and
Yes.
Hamlet. Hamlet asks, to be or not to be? And I don't know, I believe that for him, not to be would occur with death, physical death. But my question is, if it's possible to not to be while alive. And you, of course, already answered this question. How can I say? What's the difference between to be or not to be that Hamlet asked? And I just meditate about this question, listen to you, and you share with us. How can I say? A lot of clues about this. And I remember the Pharaoh when you talk about the little ego that lives inside of us in the neck, and the back of the head. I just remember the Pharaoh, and you mentioned Hashem, and it's a challenge, a deal, um, to be alive, being, as you said, that is the essence, the core, and it's a challenge to me. Be aware, be conscious, and how can I say, be alive, as you mentioned. Just to share these thoughts and just share that I remember the Hamlet's question, to be or not to be. Listen to you, but you clarify a lot, and it's always, how can I say, it's always moments of joy to be here with our friends and listen to you and talk with our friends. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rodrigo. To be or not to be. To be, this is what before everything. Not to be, it means to live in space and time, in duality. So to be, before the manifestation of everything, and not to be. This is, in a way, the discussion or the debate is between being and becoming. Yes, to be, noumenon. Noumenon, do you know the term noumenon? The unmanifested source energy. Yes? I hope you can hear. Rodrigo, have you heard the name noumenon? Yes? Have you heard about the term noumenon? Yes. Yes, noumenon and the phenomenon. Yes, noumenon and phenomenon. So the source is being. Yes, so to be, this is the question that Hamlet presents. To be, yes? This is the source. Or not to be. What is not to be is to become, to live in the manifestation. So this is the first question. To be or not to be? To be or to live in the noumenon as an unmanifested energy. This is to be. And not to be. Yes, noumenon. This is it. This is the question that Hamlet comes with. Thank you, Rodrigo, for your question. To be the source, like a baby, this energy, prime energy, yes, and not to be the manifestation in the form. Now you will have to read Hamlet. You can also record yourself reading Hamlet in English and send us your video files, yes, the text in English. So this is the question that Hamlet has, to be or not to be. Yes, and this is in a way the relations between Cain and Abel. Yes, Abel is to be. The value also of Abel is Yechidah, unity, when everything is united. Yes, has the same value as Abel 37. Yes, you can check it. Unity. To be, Abel. Not to be, Cain. To be, nothing. You just, to be nothing. Not to be, something. Not to be is something. This is already cognition. This is a brain and thinking. It's a very good question, which is summarized in very few words. Thank you, Rodrigo, for the question. And Ellen, you can speak. Everything is there.
You hear me okay?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. How do you do in... Yes. In India still? Ellen?
Huh?
You still in India?
You're still in it.
Good to hear
Always
you.
nice saying you have a very
Can you hear Ellen?
smart
Yes. Is anybody?
ladies.
Yes, Ellen?
You can hear
Not really, with disconnections. Not every word. Maybe you can type something. It doesn't come as full sentence, unfortunately. Yes, maybe you can type something that we can see. Felipe, would you like to say something? Yes, maybe try to leave the room and return, and you will have a better connection. Try this one. I also tried in the beginning. Yes, Ellen? Or Felipe?
No, Eti.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Ellen is trying to come back. Just to say that this question of Rodrigo was very good. It makes us to. I mean, this is so the simplicity of all, because this is a very remarkable quote of Shakespeare. And when Rodrigo just asked, I was just thinking to myself, well, Shakespeare is wrong. There's no way to not to be, you know. And with the explanations and the discussions and everything you brought, it was so good to put it in perspective, and in a way we can um, frame Hamlet in this moment that it is difficult to enter, to just be absorbed with the being, or just to be disconnected with to it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to thank you, Rodrigo, for the question, and Nati for explaining it to us.
Thank you. Thank you, Felipe. Thank you, Rodrigo, for the question. Thank you, Cindy. Would you like to say something? You can also unmute and speak, Cindy, or Yanis, or Abigail, Jill, if you wish. Yes? You're most welcome. Yes, I see, Cindy, you have a question. I have a question. Yes?
I can read it.
Yes,
May I?
please. Yes, of
May I
course.
read Cindy's
Sure.
question? Cindy says, "I have a question about Jacob wrestling with the angel. I was learning that it's written that he wrestled with an ish or man, but the sages say it was an angel, and that this angel was the angel of Edom or Esau. Jacob Jacob was wrestling for the place of firstborn. The reason the angel needed to leave was to go sign in the morning to praise God, but Jacob kept him to get a blessing."
Yes. So what is the question, Cindy? This is a description that Cindy has. What is the question? There's a how do you say? There is a compilation here of many, many, many things together. There is, like, let's say, a text which is composed of many, many assumptions. Yes. There's a different. It's a very good question, Cindy. The sages have many ways to describe something poetically. Yes, Ish is not a man in the term of English. Ish is, yes, if you open the dictionary, you will find that Ish is a man. This is what the dictionary will tell you. But Ish comes from Yeshut. Yeshut is entity. Entity. Yes, thank you, Felipe. Ish comes from Yeshut. Yesh, there is an entity. Again, an entity. Something. Something. Not nothing. Something. Ish, a man, in English. But Ish comes from Yeshut, from Yesh. There is something. It's not nothing. It's the opposite of nothing. It's the opposite of being. Because being is nothing. There is nothing there. Everything is linear. Being is nothing. Yesh, entity, Ish, is becoming, or something, or the manifestation. In other words, Jacob was fighting or struggling with the manifestation. The sages have very rich language to describe something. What happens is, during the generations of even people who read the laws, they take it literally. So sometimes they call it the minister of Esau, like he is a minister, army minister. So this is a poetically way to say an entity. Not nothing, not being. Being will not fight. Why being will not fight? Because there is no two. It's prime to the two. Yes? Ish, Yesh, entity, the manifested. So the struggle of Jacob is what? Is with the manifestation. The sages give the manifestation many, many labels. Yes? The minister of Esau, yes? Gabriel, though the value of Ish in Hebrew is 310, which is the value of Raphael. This is something else. Just, it's very, very creative. Again, the struggle is not with the minister. The struggle is not with Esau. The struggle of Jacob is with the time, with the manifestation. It is psychological struggle. I hope you can hear me, Cindy. I hope you understand. The struggle of Jacob is a struggle of each and every one of us. Yes, the brain. Yes, always the struggle with time. You were born to these parents. Your age is what is written on the paper. You have accomplished nothing. You will never be ta-ta-ta-tam. Yes, this is, the struggle is with the manifestation, with the manifested, with what you can see and feel and sense. This is the struggle because, and this is interesting, because the value of Jacob, and this is the mathematic encoded inside. Mathematic of Jacob is 182. 182 has 182, let's write it, in a way sets for two ways of saying numbers. Yes, if you write twice Elohim, Elohim, which is the manifested name of God twice, yes, So you have each Elohim is 86. Let's write it here. 86. Maybe you can do this together. 1 second. 86. How much is 86 plus 86? Who can calculate? Yes, very good. This is 172 plus the 10 letters. Each Elohim is 5 letters. So we have twice Elohim, the manifested, so we have 10 letters. Yes? And there we have it, 182. So the struggle is inside Jacob. Because you can open the name Jacob. It is twice Elohim, the manifested, 86, 86, 172, plus the 10 letters. And then you have 182. While, yes, inside also 7 times 26. The being, 7 times being. He can be also in time because the manifestation is the 7th day of creation, but still it has the same value. And here you have it mathematically. Again, do you understand, Cindy? The number 182 has 2 aspects. It has infinite aspects, but this is one of them. But the sages, they have to speak poetically, but the people will be engaged. They cannot speak all the time abstract. It's not everyone is a mathematician, yes? Or has the ability to see beyond. So they speak in a poetical way. And when they say the minister of Asaph, and Gabriel, they have many names. By the way, there is a song, Felipe is here, Isha Barzel. Isha Barzel, Iron Man, Isha Barzel, is about this. Yes? Lama Isha Barzel, Iron Man, we have this from the movies, yes? Have you seen the movie? Have you heard the term Isha Barzel, the Iron Man? Have you heard this before? Iron Man? Yeah, where does it come? Who is the Iron Man? Who is he? Where in the Bible there is Iron Man? Where? Who is he? Jacob is the Iron Man, of course. Isha Barzel, here you see, look at the Hebrew. Isha Barzel, I write it. Ish, man, הברזל, I'm sorry, no, אני מתקנת, רגע, הברזל, not Brazil, but ברזל, איש הברזל, ברזל is iron, ברזל is iron. Now let's open ברזל and see what it stands for in Hebrew. Please listen to the letters. Barzel. Bet stands for Bilha, maid of Zilpa. Reish, Rachel. Yes? Zain. Where is Zain? English? Hebrew. Zilpa. Yeah? Lamed. Leah. Capital L. Leah. Yeah? Okay. So, what is Isha Barzel? What is Isha Barzel, Iron Man? The man, yes, which is connected to for women. He has to be iron. Yes? Isha Barzel. This is what says Luria. Barzel. Isha Barzel, the Iron Man. The struggle with time. למה אני מזכירה? Why do I mention Isha Barzel, this beautiful poem, Isha Barzel? Because he struggled with time, with manifestation. He has to be... Usually, people speak about Iron Man like his, organs are from metal. He has this ability to be, I don't know, Steve Austin, whatever. Yes? Not. This is the meaning of Isha Barzel, the Iron Man, which is the one which is married to the four. And then you have the manifestation. This is why Ish, from Yeshut, from entity, because there's a connection to time, either to the four ladies or to the four seasons. Entity has to do with the manifestation, with the time. Therefore, the sages are using poetry. This is why many people, when they read the laws, they go offline. They take it literally. Yes, Isha Barzel 555. Yes. So whenever you hear something or, check it. Sometimes people are repeating words and translation and shoveling this to another friend without to it. So this is it, Isha Barzel. Yes, Vayeavek ish imo. This is what they say. Vayeavek ish imo. This is the verse. Ish imo. Yes, Vayeavek ish imo, and a man will struggle with him. Not another man that comes from the hills. The entity that lives with four women in time. You see, if you look into 182, you see the two different aspects. But not just in Jacob. In us, there's the same struggle. Yes, Ellen, I hope you can hear. We can hear you now. Yes? I hope you can unmute. So, yes, I see here what you write. There was a question by Cindy. I hope that I managed to answer your question, Cindy. And I hope that Ellen can unmute. Ellen?
You hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I figured that out.
Yes. Yes, Ellen? Hello?
Can you hear me okay?
Partially, part of the words we can hear, not everything.
Let me go in the other room.
Okay.
Internet's
Hello? Can anyone hear Ellen? Can you hear Ellen? Is there anyone?
I cannot hear Eti.
Yes. It's breaking up, so okay, you cannot. Yes, he was trying to go and to leave to another room, but I did not hear him since, so we shall see. We shall give him another minute, and until Ellen finds his voice or the way or the connection, I would like to thank each and every one of you for being here and participating in this beautiful session. To wish you a beautiful weekend, Shabbat Shalom, and I hope that Ellen can arrive, or his voice can arrive from India. Thank you, Felipe. Thank you, Cindy, Jill, Abigail, Rodrigo, Shlomo, Yanis, friends on YouTube. I hope that you can hear us. I hope that you can hear Ellen. Thank you so much. Yes, and being is the best thing that we can experience. Thank you so much, and shalom, shalom.